All right, everybody, how you doing there? This is just got back from the range with this bow, and how about this bow, guys? I mean, this thing shot incredibly well. I can't believe how well this bow shot. I mean, this is probably the most accurate bow that I've shot of all the bows I've tested. You saw that one group out there on the deer target. I put 3 arrows touching each other, literally touching each other at 20 yards. I don't think I've ever done that before with any bow. So, needless to say, I am impressed with this bow. I mean, it's shot really well. I mean, it's pretty quick too. I mean, for a bow that's almost 50 years old, it'll be 50, let's see, 1973, 83, 93, 13. I'm sorry, that bow's almost 60 years old. No, 50 years old, yeah. This bow is 50 years, so you got 83 or 93, 2003, 2013. Yeah, almost 50 years old. Okay, 47, 48 years old roughly. All right? But a bow with that old technology built by Archery is pretty impressive, I have to say. Excuse me, get a drink here. Alright, so let's rehash this bow. This is a 1973 Bear Archery Stag Hunter. This is kind of it's a copy of the Bear Grizzly bow. It's missing a few of the things that Bear Grizzly has, like the string groove in it. It's got different laminates inside it. This is like a second-hand laminates for their maple. The finish is not as nice as the Bear Grizzly. It doesn't have any contrasting wood like the Bear Grizzly does, and it doesn't have the crown piece like the Bear Grizzly does. But it's built basically on the same form as a Bear Grizzly, so it's essentially a Bear Grizzly bow. It's a 58-inch AMO rating. In my draw, it says it's supposed to be 45 to 50 pounds. This bow pulls at 28 inches. It pulls 46 pounds, and in my draw weight at 29.5 inches, it pulls 49 pounds. Okay. The bow's shot incredibly well. The bow's in fairly decent shape for a bow's almost 50 years old. A few scratches, dings, and here's, and this bow was definitely used. It was not a closet queen. This bow was definitely put to use. It shot really well. I really did. I was really impressed with this old. I mean, all these older technology bows impressed me. The old Bear First Strike I shot impressed me. That old Darton bow that I shot, that was 40 years old, impressed me. I mean, these older bows were built. I mean, I guess when they built them by hand back then, having any CNC machines or computer machines or any of that stuff. All this was built and shaped by hand by experienced and craftsmen and excellent workers. That's all they did was this all day long. You just don't get that kind of quality anymore in bows or any kind of equipment anymore. Everything is now, assembly line, punched out with CNC. Don't get me wrong, they still make good stuff now, but I think back in the day they made much better stuff because everything was handmade back then. All right, let's get talking about this bow. We're going to go ahead and grade this bow on my 6 qualities. I can do every bow and see how it compares to the rest of them. All right, this bow here on quality, fit, and finish. Well, I gotta say on the quality of the bow, it's an outstanding. For a bow that's almost 50 years old, it still holds up, it still shoots. The quality's outstanding. The fit and finish of the bow is really good, not counting the scratches and the marks on it. So I have to say, this bow is probably going to come in at about an 8, I would say, for fit and finish. Okay. Let's go to specifications. Well, the specifications, I really couldn't find much information. The bow took a lot of search in it, but I did find a few spots. The bow was sold at Montgomery and Ward's. It was sold at Kmart's and Sears with the Bear name on it. They also sold similar bows with that company's name on it, but this is the Bear one. These were designed for mass-produced big box stores. These are built for. So they were built pretty quickly and sent out to them. The specifications on the bow, I can only go by what's on the bow. It's an AMO, 58 inches, which I checked that it is. And it says a weight of 45 to 50 pounds. I'm not sure what that was measured at, but it does measure 46 pounds at 28 inches. And in my drawing at 29.5 inches, it measures 50 pounds. So I don't know if they measured at 28 and 30. I saw some contents on the internet where it says they had when you saw 2 measurements, 45 to 50, it was based on a 28-inch draw and based on a 30-inch draw. So I don't know how true it is, but so I'm going to say for specifications on the bow, also the bow is, I would have to give it an 8 also on the specifications, okay? Speed of the bow. And I got to tell you, for a bow that's 50 years old, it competes with some of the best bows out there now, some of the other bows that I've shot. I mean, this bow averaged with 10 grains per pound of draw about 175 feet per second, and at 12 grains per pound of draw weight, this bow is pushing 160 feet per second. So speed, I'm gonna give it an 8 also. It was pretty quick for an older bow, okay? Shootability, I mean, this is the only bow we're gonna give a 10 to in shootability. I don't know, but this bow, I picked it up and right away I was able to shoot with it, get on target with it. It was just an outstanding shooter. So this will be the first time I've rated a bow in shootability as 10, so I'm gonna give it a 10. Quietness of the bow, well, the bow's not quiet, I'll be honest with you. That loud smacking across these limbs here, because there's no groove in there, it really makes a lot of noise, okay? There is no hand shock on the bow that I can stem from. It shoots really well, but it is extremely loud. It does have some string vibration when you shoot it. So for quietness, I'm going to have to give it a 6 on quietness. But I think if you add some string silencers and put some recurve limb tip felt on here, it'll quiet it right down, which I'll probably do with this bow. All right. Value of the bow, I paid $60 for the bow, shipped to my house from eBay. I consider it excellent value. These bows retail for between $24 and $29 back in 1973 for the information I could find on them. That's around $299 to $250 to $299 in today's money. So the value of this bow works a $250 bow there make this bow today. I think it would be a good value. So let's give the value an 8, okay? Now let's add all that up together. We got this bow comes out with 48 out of 60. Now just to put that into context, okay? This bow compared identical to the Black Hunter MK2. It also compared identical to the Cano Cane bow, 48 out of 60. There's only 2 bows higher than this in the last bows that I've shot once I started doing this. So I've got 11 bows I've done this grading scale on, and this bow comes in, it's tied for 3rd. So that's pretty impressive for a 50-year-old bow, I gotta tell you. Now I've got to think, do I want to hunt with this bow or do I not want to hunt with this bow? I mean, the bow shoots extremely well. I mean, I am really impressed with the way this bow shoots. Even with the string that came with it, it shot really well. I mean, it's a good string. I ordered another string for it, a Flemish twist for it as well, but I gotta love that feather rest too I put on. I'm gonna have to go try and find some of those again. I really like these feather rests. So, they're really nice. What else can I say about this bow? I mean, it's lightweight, 2 pounds, 4 ounces. It's not a heavy bow. I'm definitely going to put some string silencers on here and put some felt on the recurve limbs to quiet this thing down. But overall, this bow really impressed me. It's probably the most accurate bow that I've shot so far. It really is. It's got to be the most accurate bow that I've shot so far. Alright? Well, let's see. I hope if you guys want to do some more vintage bow reviews, please send me a comment if I can find them. I would love to look them, track them down, and shoot for you. I'm really starting to enjoy these really older bows. I know the technology is not there, but I mean the craftsmanship back in the day is a lot better than it is now. I mean, you think about a bow that's 50 years old that shot as well or better some of the newer production bows that are built on multi-million-dollar CNC machining and drafting programs. When this bow was built, it was just probably 1 or 2 guys shaping and sanding the bow and finishing the bow. So I mean, all by hand. It really boggles my mind to think how these bows are competitive to other bows. So I'm going to try to find some more vintage bows to do. So if you got one you want me to look up, send me a comment. I'll see if I can find it for you. All right. Well, if you like this video, please click that like button. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Also, click that bell next to the subscription button. That way I can notify you when my new videos come out. And share this with your friends and your family. Let them know, and if they're interested in bow hunting, I think they'd probably find this interesting as well too. Also, if you get a chance to come across one of these bows, one of these old vintage bows, don't pass it up. I mean, you pick them up for pennies on the dollar, and they shoot like a dream. They really do. At least this one does anyway. And the last several vintage bows I've shot, 2 bears and a Darton I shot in compound, they were both shot extremely well too. And also that vintage recurve bow that I did about 2 months ago, that bow shot beautiful too. You can find all those videos on my YouTube channel here. So don't knock these old school bows. They shoot really well. All right, well, it's been Todd, all things archery and shooting. I want to thank you guys for watching, and until next time, guys, ciao.